This reading is for the Cancer new moon that's coming up July 5th, 2024. We have a Cancer new moon. And I shuffled and pulled 3 cards along with a affirmation card. The first card that I got is No. Next one that I got is Sacred Plan. And Signs and Reminders. So this month in general is pretty interesting, and I feel like this summer going on to the rest of this year, towards the end of this year, is a very interesting time. And what I noticed is that most of the new moons that we have coming up are all synced up with the sign of the month. So for example, we have a Cancer new moon during Cancer season in July. We have a Leo new moon coming up in August during Leo season. Then we have a Virgo new moon in September, and so on. So I feel like every new moon is a milestone for us. And it's a milestone, and we'll probably look back at it in the future, and we'll notice the growth, the changes that we went through each new moon and each month. So this new moon is pretty interesting. It is asking us to, usually during new moons, we set intentions and we set goals, and we expect to work through those intentions throughout the phase moons, the moon phases on to when the moon releases its energy during the full moon, or throughout a longer period of time. But I feel like this new moon is slightly different because we're being asked to not hold on so tightly to our intentions, our goals, and go with the flow, which is something that I got from Sacred Plan. So yes, create your intentions like you always do for the new moon, and create plans and be creative, and of course set your sights on your future and what you want to do and your goals, and long term and short term, whatever those are. But we're being asked to not hold on to that so tightly and really go with the flow, especially throughout this month in July, where it's Cancer season. Cancer is ruled by the moon, so that energy fluctuates, and we may not always have the energy to do things, and we may not always have the energy to complete things. So being okay with with the flow of how things are working out, or how they will work out, or with the flow of being okay that it didn't quite work out the way you expected it to work out. Not that it's not going to work out, but just going with the flow more so for this new moon. So set your intentions, work on what it is that you want to work on, but just know that the energy will fluctuate. And I feel like part of that is surrendering. Part of that is being okay with knowing that even if you don't take this road and you decide to take another road, things will still work out. You'll still end up in that destination, and whatever is for you will be for you regardless. So part of that is surrendering, going with the flow, and not holding on to things too tightly. Then the other card that I got is No. No is, I'm getting the feeling of being okay with saying no. I feel like during this month, you might get invited to a lot of different events, a lot of different outings, family outings, and creating boundaries and knowing how to say no, and being okay with staying home, being okay with dedicating time to yourself, which is also something that is coming up for this new moon, where you are focusing on yourself, you are focusing on self-care, on your health, on your mental wellness. And the other thing that came up is the womb. So your womb, you know, having a healthy womb, and knowing how to keep it healthy, knowing how to keep it healthy, how to work with it as far as your intuition, because that is where your intuition is coming from. So creating boundaries and being okay with not being everywhere, with not always going with everyone or with everything, and just being okay with saying no. And I feel like that is sometimes how cancers get that reputation, that they are so emotional, and it's because they take care of everybody else, and they're so good at taking care of everybody that they sometimes forget to take care of themselves, and that can create resentment towards other people and even towards themselves. And so that's when you get the Krabby Patty Cancer. So in order for you not to be a Krabby Patty, remember to take care of yourself first. And I feel like that's a big message during this Cancer new moon, where we are being asked to go with the flow, but also take care of yourself, set time aside for yourself, and be okay if one day you feel like you just don't want to do anything, or you want to stay home, or you just want to lay down. It doesn't mean that you're lazy. It doesn't mean that you won't get it, that you're not being productive. No, and it's okay to take a day where you know, a mental health day, where you just need to be by yourself, or isolate a little, so that you can clear your thoughts and your energy. And that's the other thing for this new moon. The topic of health, physical health, if you haven't scheduled your doctor's appointment, you know, getting all of that checked out. Also, you know, scheduling an appointment with the therapist, and really like digging in, and this is a really introspective new moon, where we are really going within, and we're kind of like going into a hermit mode for this new moon. And we're really revising, and we're setting intentions, but by doing and changing our actions. I don't know if that makes sense. But then the last one is signs and reminders. I feel like a lot of us have seen signs, feathers on the floor. We've seen birds flying, and birds getting close enough to us, and several different birds that are not the usual. And those are signs, and know that those are signs of your spirit guide, your angels, your ancestors, letting you know that they are there. They hear you, and if you need help, you can always ask for help. And I feel like this is going to be an ongoing thing for the new moon, where you're going to continue receiving reminders, and if you need support, that you know, you can ask for support, you can ask for help. And that I feel like also this new moon is a good time to, since it's a retrospective new moon, to meditate, to really get in touch and go deeper within your spiritual side of, you know, the spiritual aspect of yourself. And that also goes back to your womb and your intuition, and like growing stronger with your intuition, growing stronger with your knowing, and growing stronger with being okay with surrendering in certain situations in your life, or certain stages in your life. So that's what I got for the new moon. Oh, and the last one that I got is this. When was the last time someone did something for me? Even if very small, when was the last time I did something nice for myself?